let us understand the concept of database management system. The database management system is nothing but a software system. It is an application by which you store data. It is a program. By store data, you analyze data, you write programs on data, you extract data. So these are the operations made on database. So database management system is a system by which you create database where you store data, you analyze data, you process data. So this type of database management system supports day-to-day operations and different operations. So now let us, this type of database systems are known as online transaction processing systems. You must have heard a lot about booking in airlines reservation system, bookings in airlines in railway reservation system. They use database management system, and these are known as OLTPs, ERPs, CRMs. These are all examples of online transaction processing system. The basic objective of database management system is to increase the efficiency. For the efficiency purpose, it is not for decision making. It increases the efficiency, and because there are basic properties of a database management system. You must have heard about ACID properties. ACID is atomicity, consistency, integrity, durability, and the fundamental properties of database, that data in the database can be shared by many users and it is integrated. So all the type of data, marketing data, sales data, personal data, all the data are integrated. It is more business process oriented. So the objective of this database management system is to improve operational efficiency. So you must have heard a lot of database management system, software system that do not use database systems. They face lot of problems, because you cannot apply different type of operations on it. There will be different type of problems in storing data. There will be different type of anomalies, insertion anomalies, deletion anomalies, updation anomalies. Whenever you do this as type of operation, you face problem. So it may not. So this type of non-database systems may not provide features. Hence, management of data would be a very big challenge. So let us understand. So you discuss about database management system, various operations on database. Now let us understand database data warehousing system. Data warehousing system is different from database system. Now you may ask question, when database is already there, what is the point of going for data warehousing? So data warehousing is basically a system that is designed for decision making, whereas database management system is exclusively for operational efficiency. So data warehouse is more subject oriented, database management system is more operational oriented. You gather all the data from operational stores or database systems, bring to one place called data warehouse, and the process you use is called ETL, extraction, transformation and loading. If you take loading, data you extracted from online systems, or for example, it can be ERP, it can be CRM, it can be billing system, it can be call center data, it can be any type of data which is online transaction system that uses database systems. Now these database systems are in fact for operational efficiency, they will not help you in decision making. If the manager wants to take decision on a customer, the customer data is available in different parts of the tables or in the database system. It is not in one place. So you bring all the data to one place, that is called data warehouse, by the process called extraction, transformation and loaded. So in data warehouse, history is not lost, whereas in database history is lost, because operational efficiency to be improved. So it is more updated, it is real time, it changes very fast, But in case of data warehouse, in order to keep history and so that we can take decisions, we do not update data warehouse. You just add with a date and timestamp, taking the data from data warehouse database, we just put in the database data warehouse, so that data manipulation, data can be done. Data in data warehouse is subject oriented rather than application oriented. It is about the subject, it is about the customer, it is about the sales. But in case of database system, it is about the operations, it is about the part of the customer data. So different parts of the customer data are stored in different database management systems for operational efficiency, so that response can be given to the users immediately, online, real time basis. But decision making requires history is lost here. So here, and the data is atomic in case of database. So when history is lost, and in this data warehouse history is kept. So as soon as the data job is over, selected data is extracted and loaded to the data warehouse. And if you see, warehouse is nothing but a set of OLAP cubes. Data warehouse is like a restaurant. All the things have been already semi processed. You just use it and it will be helpful in decision making. So data warehouse contains OLAP cubes. There are different type of schema called Starflex schema, Snowflake schema. These are all higher concepts in data warehouse, which you can refer to different books, you can go details. Now let us understand what is data mart. So data warehouse, once it is ready, managers can apply different type of software, analytics, data analytics on the data, and then they get insights out of it. So you remember knowledge, which is called insights, which we will discuss subsequently. Now let us understand what is data warehouse. You have understood data warehouse. Let us understand data mart. Data mart is a scaled down version of data warehouse. So for example, a salesperson, sales manager should not have access to the entire data warehouse. They should get the access to only sales data part, warehouse part. So that is called data mart. It is a scaled down version. So different parts, different managers of different category in the organization, they can use different type of data in data warehouse. So the entire data warehouse is not given to one manager. Whatever they require, generally it is given to them. If they are from personal data part, mart will be given, not the entire data warehouse. So now we have discussed database and data warehouse and the difference between database and data warehouse. Let us understand the various steps of data processing. So what are the steps of data processing? How are you going to process data? You must have heard a lot about data processing. So first of all, you should know where the source of data, the data availability of data. So there are many sources. We discussed about primary source, secondary sources. You can talk to the person, get primary data, or you can go to library and see what type of data is available there. It can be secondary data. It can be, so there are many ways sources data is available. So it can be also machine data. Biometric data is also a machine level data. Remember, there is a difference in the current context. There is a difference between machine generated data or machine data and human generated data. And for your information, nowadays machine generated or machine created data is more than human created data or human generated data. So data collection, you must understand the data can be collected from different sources by using machine or by human. So first is the data, you collect the data. Once you know the source the data, you collect the data. Data can be collected various ways. Manually you can collect, through machine also you can collect. So once the data is collected, you store it, and you store it in database or in register. It may be database, it may be registered. The data after preparation should be data after getting the data, you must prepare the data. Data as it is cannot be processed or analyzed, you must clean it. There are many aspects of data preparation. So, there are many errors in the data, you must correct the errors, you must change the format, you must understand the data, you must prepare the data so that it is amenable for processing. So, there may be some dirty data, that data may be not correct, data may be confusing, data may be conflicting. So, you must identify those data. So, you must prepare the data in a particular order. For example, you want daily monthly data, but the data is available in daily data. So, you aggregate all the data and keep it for processing monthly data, because you need to process monthly data. Similarly, for example, you have created data male female, 1 for male, 2 for female, you go for coding, and that coding you use so that analysis can be done. So, in the data collection, as I said, data collection can be done from respondents, can be groups, from organization using various data collection methodology. There are various collection methodology. It can be collected by through interviews, it can be collected by it can be collected by focus group discussion, it can be collected by questionnaires, it can be collected online, it can be collected offline. So, there are various methodology or methods for collection of data, and the source test of data, as I told you, can be primary or secondary. Okay, it can be machine, it can be human, and we use different type of instruments for data collection. Before collection of data, you must create an questionnaire on instrument, and this instrument must be used while collecting data. And first of all, you need to create the instrument by using different methodology. Once the data in the instrument created, you must go for testing and find the reliable or not, and whether it is validated or not, because the variables you use in the instrument might have come from different sources, it may not be useful in your context. So, you find out the reliability, you validate in the current context. If you do not find any questionnaire in outside in secondary sources, you must create your own questionnaire following different methods. So, these are the very important aspects of questionnaire development, which is generally used by researchers. Researchers use different type of concepts to build up the questionnaire. You just can't build a questionnaire like this, you must follow a process, and the process is well established, and if you follow that process, you develop questionnaire and then use. Now, ensure quality, pre-test is done, instrument, and then different types of basis of data collection, non-response bias, biases you must create. When you collect data, you may create non-response bias. I ask you question, you did not respond. I ask you question, common method bias, you respond something different. So, there are different type of errors that is committed while you collecting data, and those type of errors must be understood, must be analyzed, must be taken care of, otherwise it is not possible. Now, coming again to the data preparation. Data preparation is detection of any error in inconsistency in the data. So, is there any error in the data? Is there any confusing answers in the data? Is there any conflicting answer is there? Incomplete answers? Is there any outliers? Some, for example, you ask the date of birth, but the date of birth is a future date, then it is wrong. Similarly, conflicting data, you ask what is your, how much land you have, but you say 5 acres, but when I see your land document, it is only 1 acre. So, it is a conflicting. So, you must find out all these things, conflicting data. I ask you what is your date of birth, you do not give. So, it is missing data, you are not giving the data. So, I must deal those such type of issues, otherwise this type of problems, if at all it is there in the data, then it is garbage, and garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you do, analysis will go wrong and output will be completely wrong, misleading. So, it is better you must clean the data, you must prepare the data before you process it. preparation of data does not mean only cleaning the data. You can also create different type of categories, different type of codings in case of in data, that is also preparation. So, once you prepare, because statistical software and tools cannot apply on those data directly. So, you need to convert that data into some data which is amenable for processing by using software. So, you need to change the data or clean the data, as well as you prepare the data for the processing, the response through. So, you get all the data. So, now you can also edit the data. Bias, any form should not be introduced by the user. So, whenever you collect data, generally researchers put their bias in the data. So, that those biases, there are different type of bias like non-response bias, and different techniques are available for dealing with that type of bias. And when you process it, before process you first go for a coding, you develop a coding book and then you follow that coding book. For example, 1 for male, 2 for female, 1 for religion, Hindu, 2 for Christian, 3 for Muslim, 4 for others. So, you find a code book, you create a code book and then transfer all the data into code and store it before processing. This is one way of preparation of data. So, preparation of data, as I told you, is can be like coding, preparation of data can be cleaning, preparation of data, finding errors in the data. Preparation of data is nothing but finding bias in the data, and the bias, researcher bias, respondent bias, and different type of errors are incorporated not only by the researcher, but also by the respondent. That must be identified and must be captured and must be addressed. Some type of errors cannot be addressed, some type of errors can be addressed. Now, let us understand input, output and processing. So, input is, these are the three terms used in data. With respect to data, we have understood data analysis. So, now data input. Input is basically how you enter the data in the system. It can be manual, it can be online or computer based, and it is stored in a system. As we discussed, it can be stored in a register or some type of manual system. It can be registered in database, it can be registered in data warehouse. So, these are the ways data can be taken input and stored. There are many input system. Input can be taken by using Wi-Fi, input can be taken by Bluetooth, input can be taken by point of sale in Walmart or any other shopping mall. So, the input is wrong means everything is wrong, garbage in, garbage out. So, different ways input of data is collected, so that it is prepared and then it is processed. Now, what is data processing? Data processing, there are two terms we use, data processing and data analysis. Let us understand what is data analysis. Data processing means doing some arithmetic calculation and logical comparison on data. Arithmetic, basically it is arithmetical calculation. Data processing, I am processing data means addition, subtraction, multiplication and different type of division, sequencing such as ascending and descending, sorting, merging, summarizing, aggregating, classifying. These are the operations you can on data. This is called data processing. And what is data analysis? Data analysis is analyzing data to find the output. You analyze. Analysis is any type of relationship between the data. It is different from data processing. Data analysis, A greater than B, are the boys doing better than girls? This is known as data analysis, and this analysis is, for example, income data 4,500, 2,300, 1,000, 3,000 and 40,000. Now, expenditure is, for example, expenditure data 2,300, 1,200, 3,000, 1,450, 7,000. In this case, data processing is just to find out average income or average expenditure. Here it is just processing, you find mean, median, these are all simple processing without any putting any logic or analysis. greater than, less than type of thing. So, this is basically the data which is analyzed, and once you analyze you get output. Output means the result you generated. So, it like further to processing analysis, you just get output. Once you get output, output can be in any form. It can be like, it can be voice, it can be data, it can be structured, it can be unstructured, it can be any type, and there are many output devices where output is displayed. So, the data, we discussed the following steps of data processing, data analysis. So, you take data input and then you process it or you analyze it, and then you get information output. Sorry, you get output. Output, you start interpretation and visualization. So, after you generate the output, you can interpret it. The output can be visualized given by using different type of visualization techniques. You can represent output. For example, frequency distribution is an example, is a visualization of frequency distribution. You can understand seeing the graph. So, now, we discussed about different type of process, different aspects of data. For example, data analysis, data input, data output, data processing. So, let us discuss what is quality of data. Data quality is very important. The quality means what type of data you collected, how did you analyze, how did you process, what type of interpretation you did. These are the condition of values of variables, and it is fitness for serving its intended purpose. So, whether it is serving the purpose, if data is of bad quality, then it is of no use. So, it depends on what type of questions and being used or being asked to collect data. If the questionnaire is wrong, the data quality is wrong. If the respondents are wrongly selected, the data quality is wrong. If the scale is wrong, data quality is wrong. If the data type input, data type selection is wrong, then it is wrong. So, it is quality is very poor, and the analysis, wrong selection of analysis or technique, processing technique will give you wrong result, interpretation. For example, you take discrete data, and discrete data it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you find out all type of average and you say 1.2. Okay. For example, number of goals is 2.8, number of man is 8.9. This is analysis is wrong, the sequence, the process is wrong, and the quality of analysis output is wrong. It is of no use for the interpretation, no use for the business use. So, you must take care of the quality. So, there are different various characteristics of qualities. You must understand human bias, duplication, appropriateness, reliability, consistency, validity, relevance. These are the parameters considered while finding the quality. Quality is a very is a qualitative concept. It is based on how you define quality, and different context, different type of meaning, interpretation, but you must ensure quality concurrence, quality parameters. So, you clean the data, you validate the data, you verify the data, so that it will give you proper and superior quality data. So, you must now, by this time I hope you understand data quality and how quality matters a lot. Thank you very much.